السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وأصلي وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Today I was thinking about pause for 1 week for the book Lum'at الاعتقاد. Still talk about, since we have a few things here I want to mention, which is talks about mentioned by Imam Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah, talk about the steps of the shaitan, how the shaitan was his goal to deceive and misguide the son of Adam. As clearly Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, لَأَغْوِيَنَّهُمْ. So I would definitely say he will, this is his mission. He said, أَجْمَعِينَ, every single one of them, إِلَّا عِبَادَكَ مِنْهُمْ. So except for the mukhlisin, except those the one who are steadfast and the straight path and being sincere to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Imam al-Qayyim rahimahullah, he said there's 7 steps for the shaitan. If he does not succeed in the first step, he go down, less more. But his highest goal, or the ultimate goal, to make the son of Adam fall into shirk. The first thing he tried to trap or trick the son of Adam to commit shirk, because he knows Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not forgive shirk. As Allah clearly said in the Quran, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَغْفِرُ أَن يُشْرَكَ بِهِ. Allah does not forgive shirk. Definitely. And he forgives whatever less than that. So the first goal for him, and the first step, to fall into shirk and so on. So like I said, this is his first thing. If he does not succeed, if he failed to make son of Adam fall into a shirk, and then he moved down to something, another something dangerous, many people do not pay attention to it, which is called al-bid'ah, innovation. We're not going to talk today all about bid'ah. So we're going to show like the dangers of the bid'ah. One day, inshallah, we'll give a dars about the bid'ah, which kind of people, which kind of bid'ah we have, how do we fall into bid'ah, and the kind of bid'ahs, and so on. So, but today, inshallah, this is the steps of the shaitan. What does he do? So if he fail to make son of Adam fall into shirk, then he goes down to bid'ah. And the bid'ah, remember this, according to the scholars, said more beloved to the shaitan than the sin. Shaitan loves bid'ah more than sin. Why? Because the person, the innovator, the one who commit the bid'ah, he think he is doing good and insists on it. Not only that, and he invites people to it. He invites the others to it, subhanAllah. And the other hand, the one, even though you tell him you're not, this is wrong, this is not the sunnah, he will argue and so on, and will not, nothing will change his mind and so whatsoever. That's the most cases. And does not repent. On the other hand, the person who commits sins, he knows he's sinning at the most parts. He knows he's sinning. When you tell him, when you remind him, he usually, a lot of them remember. Say, just make dua for me. May Allah forgive me. This and that. So you feel like he knows he's wrong. He cannot argue. He knows he's wrong. Yeah, nobody can tell you, he's drinking, he told me it's okay to drink. No one does not make salah. I tell him, no, it's good. You shouldn't make salah. He would not argue. But on the other hand, the one with the bid'ah, he will argue. Said, what's wrong with it? We worshiping Allah. We doing this. See the things? So the shaitan loves this. And Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, كل بدعة ضلالة. Every bid'ah is astray. SubhanAllah. There's no good bid'ah. According to some people say the good bid'ah, bad bid'ah, bid'ah hasana. And we're going to come to this inshallah. And one of the things, subhanAllah, the hadith of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, إن الله حجب التوبة. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prevent the innovator from the tawbah till he leave his bid'ah. He said, إن الله سبحانه احتجب التوبة عن صاحب كل بدعة حتى يدع بدعته. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prevent the tawbah or deprive the tawbah from them who commit bid'ah till he leaves the bid'ah he's doing. So this is one of the things, subhanAllah. The thing is, Allah said in the Quran, اتبعوا ما أنزل إليكم من ربكم ولا تتبعوا من دونه أولياء. He said, follow what have been revealed to you from your Lord, and do not follow anyone beside him. من دونه, anything less than, everyone less than Allah. So no matter who the person is, no matter who the person is, you should not follow him, no matter who he is. Allah said, فَمَنْ تَبِعَ هُدَيَ فَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ. If you follow the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you get the absolute security in the hereafter, subhanAllah. There's no doubt. There's so many fatawa, so many opinions nowadays. People get confused. I don't know what to do. A lot of people, they smooth talkers, they sugarcoat the things they're doing, and they, subhanAllah, they feel like this is right. I don't know what to do. What should I do, subhanAllah? And he said, like, this very convincing, and this person very convincing, and seemed like, man, she loved the sunnah. So what you do? Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam clearly said, he said, إنهم, if you live, if whoever من يعيش بعدي أو منكم, whoever gonna make it, or gonna live longer, or gonna see in the future, you're gonna see so many different opinions, so many differences between the ummah. إنه يعيش منكم فسيرى اختلافا كثيرا. There's so many differences. You don't know what to do. A lot of people say, Wallah, I'm confused. I don't know who to listen to. I come here, I hear something, go there, listen to, find something else. I don't know what direction to go. Or who should I follow? He's an imam, and this is a sheikh, this is a scholar, the student of knowledge. I know what should I do, subhanAllah. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, you're going to see differences. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him part of the unseen. You're going to see this, it's going to happen. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمَا يَنْطُقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ, he said, he does not speak out of his mind. إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ. Definitely he gets revelation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he said, فَعَلَيْكُمْ بِسُنَّتِي. Follow my sunnah. Very simple. Follow my sunnah and the sunnah of the four rightly guided Khalifa after me. Then he said, عَضُّ عَلَيْهَا. So hold to it with your molar teeth. Bite on it. Don't let it go. Not with your teeth, the molar teeth. In nawajid. So not anything, subhanAllah. So the thing is here, Imam Malik rahimahullah, he said, whoever innovate something in Islam, and new things in Islam, thinking it's good bid'ah, good innovation, he have accused the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he betrayed the message. Imagine, because you said this good bid'ah. The bid'ah, of course, like I said, we're going to make one this about the bid'ah, what kind of bid'ah. But here, just like I don't want to go this part without elaborate a little bit over it, subhanAllah. So as you're accusing the Prophet ﷺ betrayed the risala, the message, because Allah said, the deen is complete. Today I have completed the deen. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, definitely, Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, balligh. He have delivered the message and so on. And Hudayfa radiallahu anhu, remember the khutbah 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago when we talked about Hudayfa, said the people that used to ask about the good, I used to ask about the evil, the other side. Everyone, if I do this, will I enter Jannah? How high my level in Jannah is? So Hudayfa radiallahu anhu said, I used to ask about the evil part, so I don't want to fall into it. And however, he said, Ya Rasulullah, we were living in Jahiliyyah, in ignorance. So we didn't know anything haram or halal, everything is okay. Now after all this evil, Allah, we are in this good. Islam, Tawheed, Sunnah, there's rule for everything that we do. SubhanAllah, systematic thing. We're not living like in a jungle. And he said, after this good, gonna be some shar, somebody like evilness? He said, yes. Goes back, the people goes back to the Jahiliyyah again. And he said, after this shar, going to be anything good? He said, yes, but there's dakhan. It's not clear. What dakhan mean? He said, وَمَا dakhan, subhanAllah. He said, قَوْمٌ يَهْدُونَ بِغَيْرِ هَدْيِ تَعْرِفُ مِنْهُمْ وَتُنْكُرُ. Some people, they guide different than me. Different than my guidance. So they have their own method of guiding the people. They have their own ideas or methodologies. And the thing is, they just do things different. يَسْتَنُّونَ بِغَيْرِ سُنَّةٍ. They have different sunnah than my sunnah. And Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever diverts away from my sunnah, فَلَيْسَ مِنِّي, he's no have no part of me. And he says, subhanAllah, this means the dakhan, like something smoke. You want to go out, you know your way, but it's not that clear. There's something haqq and batil, right? Good and falsehood. So the dakhan, something is not clear, subhanAllah. So basically, they invite to the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in different way than the right way, which is the way of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For example, let's examine to make it clear. Look at this here. Some people, we mentioned this a couple of days ago here, like in a small gathering. Some people, they used to, alhamdulillah, they don't do it anymore, in the night of 31st of the new year, In the regular calendar year, December 31st, they make qiyam. Every 31st of December. And the January 1st, they fast. For two reasons. Look at this. It's like he said, ta'rifu wa tu'minu. It says, you see something like sounds good. They make a qiyam at night. And the next morning they fast. But this is not clear, subhanAllah. Something is not there. As Abdurrahman al-Auf, when he saw the people, they counting the tasbih with the pebbles, said, it's good, but different. I didn't know what to say. He didn't have enough knowledge, like Abdullah Mas'ud, to talk to these people. So, however, when they told Abdullah Mas'ud, our intention is good, wallahi. Said many people they intended good, but the action was bad. So here they fast because they said they make qiyam at night because the kuffar, they drinking. So Allah look at them drinking and we are making qiyam. The next day they have the hangover, whatever they do whatever, but we are fasting. So we start ayat. So they start new ibadah did not exist. And the scholar said every ibadah Sahaba didn't know it is a bid'ah. Any ibadah the Sahaba did not do it, it's a bid'ah. Because the deen is complete. You cannot invent a new ibadah. And another thing, subhanAllah, like they want to replace the Halloween with like making fun night for the kids, so they don't have to go for trick-or-treating. So right, so they don't go for this, they go for fun night and they get candy and everything instead of, subhanAllah, going to the kuffar, we have provided the same thing, and the night of 31st of October. What is this? This is the dakhan. The intention, good, but the actions, the bid'ah, innovation, is going to be rejected, as the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned. Whoever introduced anything to this matter, من أحدث في أمرنا ما ليس منه, is not part of it, فهو رد, will be rejected. No matter how good the intention is. So this is something we need to be very careful with it. Very careful with it. So that's why the shaitan loves bid'ah. And you sit there, you can argue for an hour, you're not going to get nowhere with these people. They are so into this one, we're going to do this, based on logic. Based on logic, makes sense, doesn't make sense. What about the sunnah? What about, this is, imitating the kuffar, all this doesn't mean nothing. Then the shaitan goes back to what the shaitan, if he said, if he cannot do this, he goes to make the person fall into major sins. If he cannot make you fall into shirk or bid'ah, then he will try to make you fall into major sins. And a lot of major sins. There's a lot of major sins, subhanAllah, like everything, a major sin, like for example, adultery, drinking, all the stuff. There's a lot of major sins, which is anything has punishment or consequences mentioned in the Quran and Sunnah. This is called this major sins. And there's many others, subhanAllah, as the hadith of Rasulullah said, avoid the 7 destroyers, سبع الموبقات, the one make a person fall into hellfire. He said, Ibn Abbas said there are 700, not 7. There's so many major sins, subhanAllah, where people underestimate, like backbiting and slandering, instigating. All this, subhanAllah, this is major sins, we have no idea. So he said, he make the person want to fall into, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, so major sins are huge. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, if you avoid the major sins, then minor sin comes like, a lot of us fall into minor sin, as long as we're not insistent. So try to avoid as much as you can. And major sin requires a tawbah. Like, salah to salah will forgive all the sins. Ramadan to Ramadan, Umrah to Umrah, Jum'ah to Jum'ah, and so on. But the major sin, talk about minor sins now. Major sins requires a tawbah. And we have mentioned the tawbah's conditions. One of them, sincerity, the most important thing. To regret, the second important thing. To stop what you're doing and not to plan to do it again. And if you took something from someone else, you have to return right back to them. So the thing is, the conditions, tawbah, 4 or 5. Then if he failed to make a person fall into major sins, goes to the minor sins, which is, subhanAllah, the minor sins, This is Allah, the ayat of the Quran, subhanAllah, when he said, يا ويلتنا ما لي هذا الكتاب لا يغادر صغيرة ولا كبيرة إلا أحصاها وكل صغير وكبير مستطر. This ayah, subhanAllah, كل صغير, every major and minor sin is written. You will find ahead of you, right there in the day of justice, written, nothing missing. He said, يا ويلنا. And the thing is, when it comes to minor sins, a lot of us underestimate in the minor sins. See, the minor sins, if you insist on it, become major. So major sin, if you repent from Allah, you're fine. But insisting on the minor sin become major. Every single day insisting on it. So never underestimate the minor sin. Then he said, this is number 4. Number 5, if he couldn't make you fall into major, the minor, he said, he make you get busy with the lawful things. Mubahat. Mubah mean, there's no hasanat or sayyat for it. This is called mubah. For example, I'm going on vacation. I'm not wasting money. But instead of, for example, going to Umrah, I'm going on vacation. Right? So make you do things you Allah to do this. I just want to go just sit in my backyard and there's a dars. You Allah. You're not sitting for an attendant dars. So you Allah to do things like this. So you let go playing with the kids, playing soccer instead of, for example, or any sport. Instead of coming to halaqa or reading Quran, optional. So this is called, he said, make you busy with things, the lawful things, away to keep you busy away from the ta'at, the obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala things. Subhanallah, make you busy, I will get you busy away from the things would make your status higher in the dunya and the hereafter. The other thing, number 6, he said, rahimahullah ta'ala, said make you neglect the good or something. You do something good, but you leave the better. It's mafdul an al-fadhi. You do something good, but he make you leave the better. For example, this will make it easy for you, inshallah. For example, you are reading Quran, and we know the Quran, the highest dhikr. All right? Read Quran, and the adhan called the adhan. Should I continue reading Quran or make the dhikr? Or repeat after muaddin? But we know what it says. So he told you, no, read the Quran. So subhanAllah, the Quran is the best dhikr, but subhanAllah, the dhikr sometimes is better than reading the Quran. As the Fajr, when you come after Fajr, a lot of people, when they're done, they open the Quran. We know the Quran is the best. But after Fajr, till you finish your dhikr better than the Quran. Why? Related to the time, barakallah fi, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, at that time, he did dhikr, he did not read the Quran. So the sunnah is not based upon what we think. Of course, we love to read the Quran all the time. But this time, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he did not read the Quran, he made dhikr. After Salat al-Dhuhr, for example, Asr, Maghrib, Sham, right away you have your phone, you start reading Quran. It's not the sunnah. The sunnah definitely is different. The sunnah to just finish, say, Ayatul Kursi, Qul huwa Ahad, Qul a'udhu bil falaq, Qul a'udhu bin nas, Subhanallah 33 times, Alhamdulillah 33 times, Allahu Akbar 33 times, then 100, La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah, lahul mulku wa alhamdu wa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Make it 100. So this is the time you don't see something, you do something good and leave the best, the better. You're about to read the Quran, he said, you know what? My mom asked me something, or my father asked me like 2 days ago to do something. Then you go to the Quran and you do that thing. Right now, you end up not doing that or this. So refresh the Quran and go do the thing. For example, you want to read you have, every one of us should have, for example, some word, which is read 1 juz, 2 juz, whatever a day. So during that time, he said, I'm visiting my sister tonight, Salat al-Rahim. Okay, you could do this and that. Or just, so this is the time. So make sure during the Qiyam, you know the time difference between here and overseas. Like you woke up before Fajr, I'm calling my parents right now. Wait till after Fajr and you call your parents. So there's something great, something good, you do something good, but you leave the best, subhanAllah. Then the other thing is, which is, it's hard for anyone to be saved against, even Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is from the shaitan. When you are upon the straight path, so you're going to be harmed by people mocking you, people disturbing you, people start to divert you away from inviting the others to the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned, based upon your level of iman, you are tested. And Luqman, he told his son, he said, Ya bunayya, aqim as-salata wa'mur al-ma'ruf wa nahy al-munkar wasbir ala ma asabak. He told his son, he said, establish salah and enjoy the good and forbid the evil, then he said, be patient. Why? Because he knows there's a hardship comes when you invite the people to the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is the sabr, here comes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah have command. The mu'mineen said, compliment وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. So definitely there's a test when you invite to the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This from the shaitan. He sent his soldiers from the human or the jinn. You're going to be attacked. So the moment you start salli in the masjid, oh, you became sheikh. The moment you have your beard, oh, you're this and that, start calling you names. And the moment your pants is short, go the sunnah. Are you Salafi? Are you the sunnah, ammi? So the thing is, people, they're going to criticize things. This is the hardship you go through, which is the one who, based upon the level of your iman, as you're going to go through the hardships. As the Prophet, alayhi salam, they all used to be mocked. Nuh alayhi salam, he was mocked, Ibrahim, Musa, Isa, and the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, all of them, alayhi salam, they used to be mocked. They mocked Musa, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, every single one, they used to mock and made fun of him. So the thing is here, that we need to be patient with the criticism of the people when you are upon the straight path. And however, when the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in the hadith, he said, إِنَّ الشَّيْطَانَ قَاعِدٌ لِبْنِ آدَمْ بِأَطْرُقِهِ. The shaitan, subhanAllah, he said, there's a shaitan. The shaitan. Follow every son of Adam. Doesn't matter which route you take, you're going to find a shaitan there. He said, everywhere you go, there's a shaitan. Don't think like one day you're going to be saved. So Imam Ahmad, he was dying, and his son was telling him, say la ilaha illallah. He said, no way. I mentioned the story that to you. I told him, Khasit. He basically, in slang, said, get out of my face. He told his son, said, say la ilaha illallah, oh father. He said, Khasit, get out of my face. He told him, no way. So when he woke up, he said, the shaitan, subhanAllah, he was making, when he make kufr, during that time when he approaching death. Shaitan does not let you go till you meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. From the moment you are born, remember we said about the shaitan, he pinched the baby. Till you meet Allah. When you die, it's done. So there's no safeguard against the shaitan. So we have to make sure. This is, he said, every single one. And subhanAllah, how do you fall into the haram? I conclude with this. The ulama made a beautiful example. Pay attention to this example. How you start the haram, the steps of the shaitan. Does not the shaitan see any of you here or any of us? The shaitan is not going to tell you become kafir. He knows. He's not that, he's immature. So he knows this is not going to get anywhere with that. The shaitan is not going to come tell you, don't make salah right away. But the steps of the shaitan. The scholars, they made example. He said, imagine someone, this example mentioned, narrated by Imam Ahmad rahimahullah, said, imagine you dress real nice clothes. Imagine white clothes or nice clean clothes, brand new, and you have to cross, you're going somewhere walking. And you have only one way. You found all the sort of muddy street, full of mud, right? And you have no choice but to go through this route. So the beginning, you are very careful. You clean clothes and the clean shoes, brand new. So you try to find like some higher area, so you step on it so you will not fall into the mud. You will not get dirty. You're very careful. First step, second step, you're still safe. Thank God, I'm good. Then suddenly, and it's happened with us, if you like around people painting or mud or the snow or something. So suddenly, you get some mud in your shoes. Oh, you get a little upset. Then you move on, still very careful. You move down 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 steps, then again become like more muddy. And the other shoes. Then man, then less upset because now it's not as bad. Then later on, and as you walk a little bit more, then comes in your pants or clothes. A lot of mud, like half the pants, then you don't care after that. So this example, when it comes to the sins, at the beginning you are very careful. Very careful. You don't want to fall into haram. You hold tight to the deen and so on. Gradually you find yourself step after step. This is the steps of the shaitan. the steps of the shaitan. No one gonna feel at the beginning you feel bad, then okay, then become normal. Like I asked a person, he used to do haram. I said, how did you do the haram? He said, well, at the beginning it was very difficult. I couldn't even sleep. This is a person I know, subhanAllah. I said, how did he said, well, at the beginning was very difficult. He said, the second time was bad, but not like the first time. Third time, then it became like normal, like nothing. So this is we have to be careful with the steps of the shaitan. The shaitan's not gonna right away tell you from 0 to 100 miles per hour. So it comes with gradual steps of shaitan. Inshallah, like I said also again, we need to talk about talbis iblis, how the shaitan sometimes make you deceive you in a way, do this instead of that, and his goal to divert you away from the right path or the best path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inshallah, we'll stop right here, inshallah.